My time in New York is at its end. But God willing, the adventure is not over just yet. Hello everyone and welcome to Monday, July 17th. Today is my mother's birthday. So, God willing, I will stop at a Hallmark or a Primark or even a Walmart, whatever. Grab her a birthday card on the way home. Note to self. It's shortly before 8 o'clock in the morning. Checkout time is 11, so I've got time to kill, but I want to spend it on the road getting to Springfield. So, I'm going to do just that. And I will see you guys in Springfield. So, bit of a slight change of plans. On a whim, I did a quick Google Maps search and found that this lovely landmark was less than an hour away from where I was. So, I decided, when am I ever gonna get another chance to visit the National Baseball Hall of Fame? In we go.
So we do have 5 members in the Hall of Fame class of 2017. It will bring our total number of Hall of Famers to 317 by the end of the summer. And that includes a mixture of former players, Negro Leaguers, executives, managers, and so on. The 5 joining us in 2017 include 3 former players: Jeff Bagwell, longtime Houston Astro; Tim Raines and those awesome Expos baby blues behind you; and Pudge Rodriguez, one of the best two-way catchers of all time. Joining those 3 players are 2 non-players: Bud Selig, the longtime commissioner of baseball, as well as John Schuerholz, who is the general manager behind the Kansas City Royals of the George Brett era. In order to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, you need to receive at least 75% of the vote. Sometimes people do that in their very first year on the ballot. Pudge Rodriguez, for example, was in his first year on the ballot this past year and got in with about 77% of the vote. However, if you don't get in on your first try, that is okay, as long as you get at least 5% of the vote.
Well, I beat the drum and hold the phone. The sun came out today. We're born again, there's new grass on the field. Around and third and headed for home. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Anyone can understand the way I feel. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field. Well, I spent some time in the Mudville 9, watching it from the bench. You know I took some lumps when the mighty case struck out. So say, hey Willie, tell the car, Joe DiMaggio, don't say it ain't so, you know the time is now. Oh, put me in, coach, I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach, I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field. leather glove, a homemade bat, and a brand new pair of shoes. You know, I think it's time to give this game a ride. Just to hit the ball and touch 'em all. A moment in the sun. It's a goal and you can't tell that one goodbye. So put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, yeah, I can be. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, gotta be center field. Yeah! And that was Cooperstown. Kind of had to speed run the top 2 floors because I still got to get to Springfield. I'm going to make the Basketball Hall of Fame. Well, here goes nothing. I haven't been to this place in what feels like forever. Last time I came here, I think, was about 13 or 14 years ago, when my grandmother was still around. But, as the final stop on our whirlwind tour of Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dr. James Naismith, and right behind him, named in his honor, the National Basketball Hall of Fame. In we go. First up is the honors ring. All the great names are enshined on this top wall. You can see Shaq, Yao Ming, the doctor himself, Jim Naismith. I believe that right there is Red Auerbach. Bill Russell, often called Boston's greatest athlete. Wilt Stilt Chamberlain, who to this day still holds the record for most points scored in a single game with an even 100. John Havlicek, a man whose steal helped make Johnny Most a household name. God, why can I not talk? Tommy Heinsohn, former Celtic, currently broadcasts Celtics games on Comcast Sportsnet, famous for his Tommy Points gimmick. Tiny Nate Archibald, so named for being the shortest guy on a team of over 7-footers. I believe he was like 6'2". And then Bobby Knight, famous for his temper. Bill Walton, the so-called sixth man on the 80 Celtics, which are famous for the 33-32-00 combination. Not too far from him is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the guys who helped save a dying league in the 80s. And of course, what Basketball Hall of Fame would be complete without Larry Bird, another man who helped save the league in the 80s. Remember that 33-32-00 trio I mentioned? The old Big Three? With Larry Bird being the first, here's its second member, Kevin McHale. I believe he currently coaches the Minnesota Timberwolves. And not too far from him is Pistons great Isaiah Thomas. The original Harlem Globetrotters, now a comedy act, and very, very funny. I highly recommend you go see them if you get the chance. Magic Johnson once suited up with them. He's listed up there. And probably the biggest star, Meadowlark Lemon, is right there. Charles Barkley, famous for his time with, I believe, the Heat, Miami Heat, right next to Dominique Wilkins, another legend. Patrick Ewing, probably the most famous man that has ever graced the New York Knicks. And just because of how much he did with the game of basketball, you had to figure this guy was going to be in here. Number 23, the greatest to ever play the game, Michael Jordan. And then, of course, last but not least, the last member of Boston's original Big Three, the 00 himself, Robert Parrish. Also, just this random backdrop from a Star Wars scene on a stage within the Hall of Fame. Why it's here, I don't know, but there you have it. And here's something that I really wish the Baseball Hall of Fame had. booths where you can sit and reenact famous calls. I'm gonna try one myself.
Guerrero is putting the ball into play. He gets it out deep, and oh my! Havlicek steals it over to Sam Jones. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over. By God, it's all over. Johnny Havlicek is being mobbed by the fans. It's over. Johnny Havlicek stole the ball. A spectacular series comes to an end in spectacular fashion.
And that is the Basketball Hall of Fame. More or less. Okay. Adventure over. I'll see you guys back home. Sometime later, I have finally arrived at home. Everything is back where it should be. And it's time to go back to the grind. But we did fetch, we did boxing, we did baseball, and we did basketball. Man, you talk about a Hall of Fame weekend. Anyway, that's going to do it for this adventure. Thank you so much for coming along, for watching everything, if you did. And let's meet back next adventure, shall we?